back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Cruise Talk Podcast. This is the podcast where we discuss all the things life, inspiration, and empowerment. And I'm your host, Cruz Machiavelli, and today we have a very special episode lined up for you. Studio playing Feli Nandi Ndakareva Wani. But before we dive in, I would like to take a moment to thank the following organizations to make this episode a possible episode. The Zimbabwe National Family Planning Council, in partnership with the Zimbabwe Ministry of Health and ChildCare, the SayWhat Zimbabwe, the Zimbabwe Youth Council, the National AIDS Council, and the United Nations Population Fund, which is the United Nations UNFPA. And the Youth Friendly. Together, these organizations and companies are working together with a common goal of empowering the youth of Zimbabwe. Today we're going to talk about something that is near and dear to my heart. Taking control of our own precious life. Life is a beautiful, fragile thing, and it's up to each and every one of us to make the most of it. We have the power to shape our own destinies, to overcome obstacles, and to chase our dreams. But sometimes we need a little guidance and information to help us on the journey. And with me in studio, I have a pamphlet in my hands, and it is filled with valuable information, guys. I need to tell you, this is filled with valuable information and the resources provided by the following the organizations that I mentioned: the Zimbabwe National Family Planning Council, the SayWhat Zimbabwe Ministry of Health and ChildCare, Zimbabwe Youth Council, National AIDS Council, and the United Nations Population Fund. So let's dive in right into it and explore what this pamphlet has to offer. On the pamphlet is said, take control of your only life, your only precious life. A life without a vision is a life without a mission. The first episode is Take Control. You will certainly avoid uncertain pregnancies, STIs, HIV, and AIDS if you take control of your life. Being in total control will enable you to live a healthier, longer, and achieve your goals in life. This pamphlet explains what being in total control entails and the key benefits of being in total control and how to remain in total control. What does it mean to be in total control? To be in total control entails having the ability to identify and avoid risk sexual behavior to affect your life. It begins with you having a purpose in life and living a life that reflects your set goals. It is about knowing the difference between what is wrong and what is right, making the right decision at the right time. If you are in total control, you will know that abstaining from sexual activities is the best way of preventing STIs, HIV and AIDS, and unplanned pregnancy. Right now, someone may be telling you to engage in sexual activities, and you may fear losing that friend or lover, but you must stand your ground and make it clear that by abstaining, you are in total control of your health and your future. Before we go on to how do you remain in total control, I want you to understand what we have talked about in the last segment, the last segment we talked about what does it really mean to be in total control. And it said that you need to know what is right and wrong, and you really need to make the right decision. And in this segment, the following segment, we are going to play a song by SayWhat, which is called Rise and Lead. I want you to listen to his lyrical content. And SayWhat is a great example of a person who stopped taking drugs and went to rehabilitation. And as a youth, as a singer, and as an artist, as a celeb in Zimbabwe, he is an example to the youth of Zimbabwe that you can take control of your life. You can take the total control, not to take control, but to take the total control of your life.
Last Nation. Get out your tries and lead. Wangu takakurira mu rice and peace. Cheri rakaoma toda rights and peace. Mberi kwakaoma don't leave your key. Get out you rise and lead. Rise on your feet. Nakaona obo achidonzerwa maki. Nakaita maobo to guide my fleet. Funzakana mafi. Dozisiva sama de mafred de mapri. Asitongoramba tiri momjanji. Run and make history the next candy. Jesus was blinked at our I think. So get a you rise and lead. Takaona denga dichibakusasi. Denga rakatea takafurirwa in. Yeah, get a you rise as in get a you rise and lead. Takaona denga dichibakusasi. Denga rakafura takafurirwa in. Get a you rise as in get a you rise. Apana disguise.
So how do you remain in total control? There are several ways to remain in total control. These are: believe in yourself. Have the discipline to take the most responsible way to achieve your set goals. With self-esteem, self-respect, self-confidence, and hard work, you can achieve your goals. Know what is good and what is bad. Be well informed on sexual reproductive health and issues concerning your youth. Know your limitation and the family limitations which you have to live with until you are grown up and an independent adult. Listen to the guidelines from parents, teachers, peer educators, health providers, and guardians. Stay away from sexual activities. Abstinence is the only 100% way to prevent STIs, unintended pregnancies, and HIV and AIDS. Know your strengths and weakness. Keep yourself busy. An idle mind is the devil's workshop. I want you to discuss about the following ways to take control. I want just to explain, I feel, when you know your strengths and your weaknesses, you know what you're really capable of doing, and you know what you cannot do and what you cannot have the strength to resist. So if you know that you have a weakness in boys and you cannot resist them when it comes to sexual activities, you should stay away from them. Not necessarily saying that you should not date someone, but you should be in a position that whenever you feel that you want to indulge in sexual activities, you can stay away from that person. You can really tell that person that I am not going to do this. I'm not going to go in your room with us being alone. So that's knowing your weaknesses. And when you know your strength, that if you're outside, that you can say that when you can stand on your ground when you're outside a room, you can get that as a strength. And I want to talk about point that says, listen to guidelines from parents, teachers, peer educators, health providers, and guardians. It is very crucial for youth to listen to the people that they live with, to listen to the people that they are friends with. If you are listening to your friends, because one of the things that nowadays people are telling is that our parents are outdated. So if you feel that your parents are outdated, you can listen to your peers who are the peer educators, right? You feel that your peers are outdated as well. They are health providers and guardians in the community that can help you. So it is very crucial that you listen to the guidelines that are given by the parents, by the teachers, by the peer educators, the health providers, and your guardians. And I want to also explain the point that abstinence is the only 100% way to prevent STIs, unintended pregnancies, and HIV and AIDS. If you are to abstain from having sex, if you are to abstain, you are going to have a 100% prevention from STIs, 100% prevention of unintended pregnancies, and 100% prevention from HIV and AIDS, which is very good. So you really need to know that we really need to stand your ground and to know if you really want to abstain from having sex. And if you are to abstain, that's a very good point. That's a very good decision, because you are going to be 100% prevented from STIs, unintended pregnancies, and HIV and AIDS. Let's go to the next segment. The next segment is, what are the benefits of being in total control? But before we dive into this segment, we're going to play a song, Amalobolo, by Kevin Momo. So what are the benefits of being in total control? There are several benefits of being in total control. Some of the benefits are, you are protected from STIs, HIV and AIDS. When you're in total control of your own, what is right and what is wrong, and you avoid risk sexual behavior. Without problems of STIs, unintended pregnancies, HIV and AIDS, you have a peace of mind and stay healthy. You can achieve your goals without problems associated with drug abuse and risk sexual behavior. You are socially accepted in your community. You become a role model as some youth look up to you for advice. You stay in harmony with the law because you don't involve yourself in criminal activities. You live a longer life. You can concentrate on your schoolwork. I want to explain, I really want to make sure that everyone understands what we're talking about. So if you can achieve your goals without problems associated with drug abuse and risk sexual behavior, this is because you've taken total control of your life. You have taken the full control of your life. And all those troubles that come without taking control of your life, the STIs, HIV and AIDS, unintended pregnancies, they will be washed away. So you have a life that you are living. And your life will be achievable with the goals that you set in your life. And with all these problems, you have a non-drug abuse life, and you have a life that is non-risky, and a life that is not associated with risks that are associated with sexual behaviors. In a community, you cannot be accepted if you're doing drugs. In a community, you cannot be accepted if you are someone who doesn't take control of your life. But if you take control of your life, you can be acceptable in a community. And if you take control of your life, you can be a role model to some of the peers. If you want to be someone who can, the youths or the children or the elders look upon to, and they say, this is our great man, this is our great young man, this is our great young lady, you have to take total control of your life so that you become a role model, as some youth look up to you for advice. And if you take control of your life, you'll stay in harmony with the law, because you don't even involve yourself in criminal activities. You see that the people who do not take control of their lives, they are always committing crimes. They're always the people that are disturbing the community peace, disturbing the community order. So these guys are the people that are always in the criminal activities. So if you take control of your life, the harmony that comes is with always pleasure, and you live a long life. Before we go on to the last segment of this podcast, the segment is, what are the consequences of losing total control? I want to play a song that has been rocking the social media right now, and it's been called Nomtandazo, Imtandazo. I am not a Ndebele person though, but it's a very nice song, and it's been on number 1 on other major platforms. The song is Imtandazo by Kabza De Small and Youngstana featuring DJ Maporisa. I feel like Lord should hear our praise, and when it comes to taking control, Lord should hear our praise, that we need to take control of our lives. Now we're going to the last segment of this podcast, which is, what are the consequences of losing total control? If you lose total control, you are at risk of unplanned pregnancies, STIs including HIV and AIDS, drug and alcohol abuse, stress, losing respect of your parents, guardians and friends, fail to achieve your goals, be an outcast, drop out of school. And this is the last segment that we have gone, and we would like to thank you for listening to Cruise Talk Podcast. And at this point in time, I want to really appreciate what these organizations have been doing. And before we dive into the last part of this podcast, I want to play the song that has been rocketing in number 1 in Zimbabwe, which is by Julian King and Saint Flo, called Number 1. It's called One by One. One by One by Saint Flo and Julian King.
She's an African queen, she's a melanin. She knows her soul from a Benjamin. I got a magazine, I love queen. I see places I never been. No dati ende kumba, atingarare kumafaro. Ubanasi andita kusiye, tinenge gafana banda. Anonzi Samantha, Anokeza Fanta. In a 5-star and Chris Martin, my cocoa butter. Gatita mbebada, dapinda chikokoko, ikupe shawada. Cause baby you're my spawn, no. Cause baby you're my spawn, no. Cause baby you're my spawn, no. Where you are, unari simuchikomo. Where unogeza nemoto.
To take control of your life and being someone who's of total control is something that is very crucial so that you can be a better person in your life and take total control of your life and become a part of AIDS-free generation. For you are Zimbabwe's window for hope. And the last part of this pamphlet says, for more information on SRH, that's sex or reproductive health, HIV, gender-based violence, visit zw.tunemeinc.org and Facebook page at TuneMeZW. I want to thank the following organizations for coming up with this pamphlet. It is important to understand these options available to us and to be a better person. And the Zimbabwe National Family Planning Council and the Ministry of Health and ChildCare are here to support us in making informed decisions about our reproductive health. The SayWhat, the Zimbabwe Youth Council, and the National AIDS Council, they are working tirelessly to raise awareness about HIV and AIDS and promote safe sexual practices. We then go to the United Nations Population Fund. It is also part of this collaboration. They focus on empowering youth, promoting gender equality, and ensuring access to sexual reproductive health services. Their presence is very important and a holistic approach to the well-being. They're youth-friendly. They are dedicated to creating safe spaces for young people to access health services, information, and support. Their commitment to youth empowerment aligns perfectly with our motto, which is a youth without a vision is a youth without a mission. As I come to the end of this podcast, I realize that some of us are fortunate to have these organizations and resources available to us. They are here to guide us, support us, and help us make the most of our precious lives. Remember, my friends, life is a journey, and it's up to us to navigate it. Empower yourself with knowledge, make informed decisions, and never be afraid to take control of your own destiny. That's all the time we have for you today on Special Cruise Talk Podcast. I hope you found this discussion on taking control of your own precious life and inspiring and informative. Don't forget to check out the resources provided by our sponsors and those organizations that I mentioned. Remember, you are the author of your own story. Cruz Machiavelli. This is your host. Until next time, stay empowered, stay inspired, keep taking control of your precious life. This is Cruz Machiavelli signing off. Take care, everyone.
Oh,
Chengo chala